Hi everyone, this is my first video for my channel and I would want support from all of you. So the first thing which I wanted to cover which happened to me recently is my TOEFL exam. So I studied a lot for the exam and that was a memory which was fresh in my mind. So I thought let me start with it because when I was going for the exam I was having a lot of questions in my mind. So I thought that you all must be having similar questions. So why not we do a video on that? That will benefit all my viewers. So guys, let's start and let me tell you what happens on the day of TOEFL exam. There are a lot of videos telling you about the questions of the TOEFL exam, about the answers, how to do the answers, how to make up the strategies, and I'll try to do some videos on the strategies as well. But when I was watching all these videos, I was hoping that there is any video which tells what actually happens on the exam day, because all the information about that was very vague and I was not able to understand. I had a lot of questions in my mind. So I'll try to answer all those questions. If you have any other questions apart from what we cover in the video, do make sure to post it in the comment below and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. So without further ado, let's start and I'll let you know my experience. I'll let you know my experience on the day of TOEFL exam. So what happens on the D-Day? So I will be writing down all the things that happened to me one by one with you guys here, and so that you can just remember what happens on the TOEFL exam. So friends, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Alice and that's my name. It's much what I wanted to tell you. I've almost forgot about it. So now, so what happened was I reached my reporting time was 8:30 and I reached around 8:15 and it almost nobody was there actually when I reached. So by the time it was 8:20, I could see the invigilators coming in. So I went inside. The my center was open, so you can just walk in, and there was some form. There's basically a agreement form that you need to sign stating that you will not do any kind of cheating and you'll not report any of the content in the TOEFL exam outside and all those kind of things. So you just need to copy that agreement down below to a text. There's a space, so you just need to copy the agreement. Copy agreement to a blank box, and then you just need to give a signature, and you can just wait for the invigilator. So there was a woman at a reception, and what she asked for was my passport and the form which I had signed. So that form which we have discussed in step number 2. So this form, and she also took a picture of me. She asked me to just step back, and then she asked me for a pic, the way it is at the DMV and all those places. So just took a normal picture, and a couple of tips over here. So what happened was that when I was filling up the form, I was waiting inside the room. However, one of the girls, she stepped outside, and she was at the near the reception. So the advantage which she got was that she was the first person to have completed this step over here, and she was the first person to start the test. So what I'm trying to say here is try to start your exam as early as possible. My exam timing was 9 o'clock, so it's not an exam which starts for everyone at the same time, not at the same time for a batch. So it's like as you come, you can start your exam. So the problem which I felt here was that suppose there are 10 people who start with the reading section, then there are 10 more which come around 30 minutes later, and then they start with their reading section. So by the time the second batch start their reading section, the first batch has already completed their reading section. So the first batch has reached the speaking section. Now there comes the real problem, because the first batch is doing the reading, the first batch is doing speaking and the second batch is trying to read, and it is just impossible to do that because reading requires a lot of focus, and you just don't get that much focus in the exam if people around you are talking. So what my tip will be, tip number 1, try to schedule your exam as early as possible. Basically I'll suggest that go for the first batch. I was luckily I luckily selected the first batch, which was at 9 o'clock. Had there been a batch before me, then I would have also faced this problem, 10 people speaking and then my batch trying to read. So try to schedule your exam as early as possible. Basically take the earliest slot. And you know why. Okay, and also when you have completed this step, just stand in the line wherever you can. Just stand first, because the first, like if you will be ahead in the line, then you'll get to start your paper early. So I found that the girl who stood up, whom I was telling you about, she was the first one to get her formalities done. She was first one to get this step done. So she got maybe she got advantage of probably like 10 to 15 minutes. By the time others were getting their stuff done, she could have already read most of the passages, and I felt that she must have got a good advantage on that. So try to stand ahead in the line. All right, stand ahead in the line so that you can just achieve the step, this one, third step earlier. All right, and one more thing which I felt was that when you are given the seat, just hope, I'm not sure you can just tell them this, but just hope that you get a seat in the corner, because if it will be like a corner seat, then you'll just have to bear one person speaking when you are reading, or if any kind of that situation happens, then you'll just have one person. So I'll not call this a tip, but if you get a corner seat, you'll be a bit lucky. Even if you don't get it, don't lose heart, and because it's your one day to get to make the most out of your speaking skills, so of your English skills, I'll suggest. So don't get disheartened by the seat, because that's not the whole point is, but I'm just telling you that if you get a corner seat, be happy about it. All right, and one more thing. So this was before the test. One more thing is that you are not allowed to take anything along with you. You just are allowed to take your ID, but you're not allowed to take any drinks, not even water. And I really felt shocked when I got to know that I can't even take water, although they kept it outside my room. So they just said that you can come drink water, but the time will still count. So obviously I won't want that, because you know that it's hard time the whole test is. So I used to feel a bit thirsty during the test, but I didn't have any option because that's how it is. So just be prepared mentally that you won't be able to have water, or if you want to have, then you will have to lose your time. So you can take a call what you want to do over there. So you're not allowed to take any drinks and no food items. And if you want to take, you can keep it in a bag, and they'll give you a locker to keep all this stuff. So they'll give you keys to a locker, and you can keep all your stuff in that locker. However, what problem I faced here was that I kept everything in the locker and I was just trying to open it. I couldn't open it, and without wasting much time, I thought I'll rush for the exam and open it in during the 10 minutes break, which is between the exam. But when I came during the break again, it was not opening up, and I thought, let me not lose time, and I didn't need anything. So so it was in the morning I was just packing so much that I'll eat this, that, because I'll feel hungry between the tests. But I was feeling so scared that I didn't even feel hungry, and it was just eaten after the exam. So that was just an additional info, but I'll just advise you to take food with you, food, water. If you need any kind of pills, just take along, because you should not feel uneasy. And if you have any such problems, like any medications which you are on, just good advice to take along, because you will get a locker to keep all this stuff. So yes, now as I mentioned, that it's not that kind of exam wherein you have all the people taking the exam at the same time. So when I sat to start with the exam, they asked me to firstly, the administrator will sign in so that you can just start with the exam. So if you don't see an administrator and you're just sitting in front of the desktop, just call someone, and they'll help you out to sign in. It's an administered exam, so administrator will sign in, and test will open up for you. And once the test opens up for you, what next you will see is you will see an instruction to check your microphone. So a lot of people try to use the microphone in the same manner that we have at home, that we're just speaking, and they just gave a sample question that you just speak on it. But you need to pull the mic, like that was the case in my the place where I went to give the exam. That may not be the case in yours, but the microphone which they gave, I had to pull the mic close to my mouth and speak, otherwise it was not detecting. And that was one of the reasons why there was so much of chaos in my examination room, because a lot of people were asking that they are speaking but it's not getting detected. So they just thought that it's not working. So but I just tried this thing, not just talking so good about myself, but I tried this. Maybe you can try it on your exam also. Just pull the mic close to your mouth, not into your mouth, just close enough, and try to speak then, and I think it should detect. So before giving the exam, I was also wondering if my microphone will work or not. How will I get to know? But this is how you can test your microphone, that it's working fine. So this is very, very, very important. All right, so yeah, so once you have checked your microphone, you will be presented with the reading section, and you will have like 3 paras, and you know what the format is. And then there will be speaking section, and you will also get a page plus 2 pencils So you can just take your notes, just try to utilize